learners, let's get right into the math for the day. I'm sorry I'm getting this to you a little bit late. I had a lot of stuff to do this morning, so I do apologize. If you need to turn this in late, if you need to turn in the exit ticket for today late, that's not a problem at all. You're not going to be penalized, okay? So we're still working on area here, and the question is as follows. It says, find the area of the following rectangles. Draw an area model if it helps you. So one thing that's different about this question as opposed to the ones that we've gotten before is that normally we see a picture that comes along with it, and in this case it's saying, listen, you're going to need to draw that picture yourself. So that's why this is here, draw an area model if it helps you, right? Then the other thing that you might notice here is that we have different types of numbers. Here we've got a fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator, meaning, right, if we think about this, what this is actually telling us is we can break this into 10/5 and 2/5, which we could then break into, this would be 2 wholes and 2/5, right? And then we also have this here, 5/4, also a numerator bigger than the denominator. We could break this into 4/4 and 1/4. And then here, I could take this and make this 1 whole and 1/4. So you see, all I'm doing is I'm changing the format, which is something that we've talked about before how to do. So now that I have this, see that because it's area, we're looking at that multiplication, we're multiplying the two of these, and now I can go ahead and set up that area model. So I could do, right, put this here, and then I would do 2 and 2/5, and then 1 and 1/4, and right, we would go from there. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 1/4 is 2/4, 1 times 2/5 is 2/5, and 1/4 times 2/5, 1 times 2 is 2, 4 times 5 is 20, and then I would have to add all of this together, right? And you'll notice I've got 3 different denominators, but one thing that is really helpful for me to think about at least is with this one and this one, right? When I'm getting to, let me draw it. When I'm doing this square, I'm multiplying this denominator and this denominator to get this denominator. So this denominator, this one here, is always going to be something I can use to break my things into. So if I do, and let me say more about that, right? So now I'm going to take 2/5 plus 2/4 plus 2/20. And all 3 of these are different denominators, right? Which we've talked about means we can't add them all together. But the way I got this denominator of 20 is I multiplied 5 and 4. So I know that I can use 20 as my denominator for all of them. I know all of them can be cut into equal groups of 20. 2/20 already started in 20ths, so that's easy. But if I'm using 4, how many cuts did I have to make? If I started with 4 cuts, how many times did I have to cut it again or multiply by 4 to get to 20? Let's go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I had to make 5 cuts. So I'm going to multiply this by 5, and I'm going to multiply this by 5, because whatever I do to the bottom, I also have to do to the top. 4 times 5 is 20, and 2 times 5 is 10. And then with this one, I started with 5. How much did I multiply it into? And we can actually, let's draw this one out. We have a little time. Let's draw this one out, right? So if you're a little confused, where am I getting this from? So if we start with 2/5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's 5. Now I'm going to color in 2 of them, right? And what I'm saying when I'm saying that, and this is 2/5, what I'm saying when I'm saying how many cuts are we making, we're going to do we're going to try to get to a denominator of 20. So if this is our whole, we need to make it so now this has 20 cuts in it. So let's do that. 5 times 1, so I'm not doing anything. 10, I need to make 1 cut. 15, I need to make a second cut. 20, I need to make a third cut. And now if you'll notice, how many pieces is my whole made out of? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Awesome. So now my denominator, excuse me, or how many pieces one whole is made of, is 20, is the same as these other two. And what was 2, and in order to do that, I had to multiply by 4, right? And you'll notice that the 2 also got split into 4. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, 2 times 4 is 8. I'm going to bring my addition down, my plus signs down. Now I need to add all these together. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus another 10 is 20. Oh my gosh! 20 out of 20. We know what 20 out of 20 is. That's 1 whole. So it turns out that when I add, and so I added these 3 together, right? So I added this, I added this, I added this. And all 3 of those together were 1 whole, 20 out of 20. So now all I'm doing is 1 plus 2, and that is going to get me 3. So, and there's one more thing, 3 kilometers, that's the measurement I'm using, and since it's area, it's 2-dimensional, 2 kilometers squared. That's the first one. Let's go to the second one, all right? But before I do that, if you want to sort of look over what I just did here, pause it, look at it, right? Because I'm about to erase all of it. Goodbye. Yes, I have had my coffee today, scholars. Thank you for asking. That is why I am singing. Boom. All right, next one. This one is in a format we've already seen before, 16½ meters times 4⅛ meters. So again, right, it would take me a while, but I can do this. I'm going to break it into an area model, and I'm going to separate the 16½ into 16½ and 4⅛. I'm going to separate into 4⅛. And then I just need to multiply all of these, and then whatever I get in here, 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 and here, I need to add together to find out my total area. And that's what you would do. So that is on you to do, all right? That's your job. Now, in your exit ticket, nope, that's ELA, math, application problem. I'm gonna get there, I promise. Here we go. In your exit ticket, you might notice that you have one number that looks like this and one number that looks like this. So what you would need to do is you need to take this number and turn it into this format. The way you would do that, right, think about it, is you pull out groups of 4/4 or 1 whole until you have the number that works best for you. Now, there is another method to doing this, and I'll post a video about that later or tomorrow, but for now, this is what I want you to focus on so you sort of feel like you understand it. But if you have questions or if you want to come learn the other method, please come to office hours. I'm here for you. Miss Andrea is here for you. We miss you. We love you. It's great for us when we get to see you. So please do come. All right, I love you, scholars. Bye.